Okay, we're live.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll start the meeting, and I guess they want us to do some introductions on the call, so I guess I'll start first. My name's Gary Klemick. I live in Bristol, Connecticut. I work at Aetna in Hartford, and I'm actually at work at home, so I work at home now. I've been at home for about 6 years. I've been with Aetna for 20 years this coming June. And I work in a balance and reconciliation area where I monitor all the electronic files that come into Aetna, that have all the claims and ERAs and correspondence and all that good stuff that goes with the insurance company. And I'm currently in the Healthcare Management Associates program.
Well, I'll go next. My name is Patty Gracer, and I also work at Aetna. I have been working at Aetna for 13 years this month, and I'm currently in a senior account executive role where I service clients and sell cross-growth opportunities wherever they might be. And I am also enrolled in the Healthcare Associates ARC program.
I'm Rhonda. I just left Anthem, which is how I got involved with this College for America, thank goodness, but I left my job, so now I'm having to pay for it myself. Not that that matters, but I'm glad they were able to let me continue on. I'm about 3/4 of the way through the Associates in Healthcare degree. I'm currently working for a senior living community. I just started there last week, and I'm really enjoying it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Hillary. I currently work at Anthem. I am a clinical program consultant. I am also a nurse, and I worked at a nursing home for about 7 years. I've worked with ESRD patients in NICU.
Cool. All right, so I guess we need to, sorry, I'm just going back to the goal here. It says each student, so now we need to, it says each student will read his or her vision statement and persuasively make a case to the team for why this statement should be used by the center. The team should spend a few minutes discussing the statement and asking questions. So I guess who would like to go first in reading their vision statement?
I'll go first to get it over with.
Great.
Okay, so having a culturally competent organization is our priority. We will incorporate healthcare practices based on what is best for you as our patient, regardless of race, language, gender, and physical and mental ability throughout our organization. Now, I felt that this was a good message to convey. We need to attract and maintain patients in order to stay in business. We need to make sure all of our patients are comfortable. They're going to be letting us treat them for illnesses or injuries, probably in a way that they're not familiar with if they're coming from a different nationality. They treat medical conditions differently. We need to be able to communicate effectively, and the patients just need to be comfortable with us.
Can you read the first sentence back?
Yes.
Thanks.
Having a culturally competent organization is our priority. You want me to read the whole thing or just the?
No, that's good for me.
Okay.
No, I think that's a good statement. I agree. I mean, making sure that the patients that are coming into the facility or office or wherever they're coming for their medical care needs to feel welcoming, and they need to feel like they're in a safe place that, everyone has their attention.
Yeah, I agree. Do you have, and I'm sorry, I didn't capture the whole thing. Do you have something in there specifically about providers?
No, it was basically for the patient. So no, there's not.
So the patient's the one that we're focusing on, right?
Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just for the reviewer, that was Patricia that gave her vision statement.
Nope, that was Rhonda.
Oh, sorry, Rhonda. Sorry, that was Rhonda. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, I think I'll go next.
Okay.
This is Hillary, and I wrote, our healthcare center focuses on the needs of all ethnicities and cultures within our community. We strive to ensure the comfort of our patients during their visits are specialized to their cultural beliefs and will help reach these goals. I think this will bring people in of different cultures who are, scared to come into a facility because they're not sure if we cater to the needs of their religion or their beliefs. I think that them knowing that we're a team will help them too.
I like the specialized to their cultural beliefs. I like that verbiage.
I just know that working with a lot of different cultures, being a nurse, that a lot of people focus, if this hospital has this or this healthcare center has that. So people really actually dig deep into that to try to find a place that specializes to them.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Absolutely. We have to be able to give them what they need in order to bring them in.
Right.
Great. Any more questions? Okay, I guess I'll go next. This is Gary. And my vision statement is to be chosen by our staff, our physicians, and our community as the best place to work, best place to practice, and the best place to receive quality care that does not discriminate based on gender, age, ethnicity, or cultural background. And I think the statement hits on all the areas that patients are looking for when they're choosing a doctor or a medical facility. It evokes a place employees are proud to work for, and a place the community can respect, and it shows that they accept everyone no matter who you are.
Yeah, I like that you pointed out staff, community, and patients. And that was well-rounded.
I think we're all have the same general ideas so far, just expressing them differently. But I mean, I've liked every one of them.
Yeah, I think they all pretty much hit on the same thing,
Exactly.
Making sure people are, they're feeling welcoming and safe to wherever they're going to get their medical care.
Correct. That's what I think too.
Okay, should I go ahead and read mine?
Yep.
Okay. We are committed to providing high-quality healthcare within a diverse and inclusive environment of highly trained and culturally competent healthcare providers. We strive to provide a positive healthcare experience that is focused on individual patient needs. So my thought here was to focus on the two primary groups that would be involved in healthcare, which are the providers and the patients. To talk about the environment as a whole that would be inclusive, inclusive both from a professional healthcare provider perspective and from a patient perspective. Then also highlight the individual healthcare experience for each patient based on their individual needs, and that kind of has like a dual effect. One specifically speaking to the patient, and the other reminding the healthcare providers that they need to ensure that they're providing that particular type of service.
I really like the positive statement that you made. I feel like that would bring people in.
Highlighting.
I agree. We've got to get them in the door in order to show them, what we can do for them. So we definitely need that.
Great.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I think these vision statements are, these help a medical practice grow too, and being able to say that they accept everybody,
Yeah, I agree. Can I answer any questions? Okay.
Yeah, I think like Rhonda said, we're all pretty much in the same lane with our vision statements.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's see, moving on to the next part of the meeting agenda, I guess you could say. It says, once each person has presented his or her ideas, the full team will work together, still recording the discussion, to decide on one final mutually agreed upon vision statement, which can combine ideas presented by members and be adjusted as needed by the team.
Can we read through them all again? Just the vision statement without anything else?
Sure.
Sure, I'll go first. Let's see, mine was to be chosen by our staff, our physicians, and community as the best place to work, the best place to practice, and the best place to receive quality care that does not discriminate based on age, gender, age, ethnicity, or cultural background.
Okay. Mine was having a culturally competent organization is our priority. We will incorporate healthcare practices based on what is best for you as our patient, regardless of race, language, gender, and physical and mental ability throughout our organization.
Mine was our healthcare center focuses on the needs of all ethnicities and cultures within our community. We strive to ensure the comfort of our patients during their visits are specialized to their cultural beliefs. Working together as a team will help reach these goals.
And the last one is, we are committed to providing high quality healthcare within a diverse and inclusive environment of highly trained and culturally competent healthcare providers. We strive to provide a positive healthcare experience that is focused on the individual patient needs.
I'm going to say, Patty, I liked yours. I liked the wording, high quality. I liked that. So for me, I'm going to vote for you.
So it's interesting that you say that, because I was thinking, Hillary, right? You're the nurse, Hillary?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking that Hillary's really, I think, attracts the member, or the member, listen to me, I'm talking healthcare. It attracts the patient, but I thought if we could maybe just tweak it a little bit and add in something from a provider perspective as well, and maybe have the highly trained as it. I'm not sure. Just the thought.
Yeah, I kind of thought Hillary sounded great too. Can you read yours through one more time, Hillary?
Yeah, sure. Our healthcare center focuses on the needs of all ethnicities and cultures within our community. We strive to ensure the comfort of our patients during their visits are specialized to their cultural beliefs. Working together as a team will help reach these goals.
I like that one as well.
Yeah. So is that two sentences, Hillary?
Yeah.
So,
Two. I feel like maybe the working together as a team will help reach these goals. Maybe we could say something, about the provider, if that's what you're looking for. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, provider, or something about the medical facility, or
Working together with our highly trained, culturally competent healthcare providers.
or medical professionals.
Okay.
Yeah, that would work.
More well-rounded, kind of covers everybody that's in the medical arena.
Yeah, I agree. That's broader. So I'm just making a note. Add medical professional. I'm sorry to ask, Hillary, but do you think you could read it the way that we kind of shaped it there?
You broke up. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Could you read it the way that we just shaped it with adding the medical professionals?
You mean to read the whole thing again?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
with
let
adding.
me, okay. So let's sentence that y'all wanted me to add, working. I'm gonna write it down.
Together, and certainly Rhonda and Gary, chime in if this isn't the direction you were thinking. Working together with our highly trained and culturally competent medical professionals.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, give me the whole thing. So our healthcare center focuses on the needs of all ethnicities and cultures within our community. We strive to ensure the comfort of our patients during their visits are specialized to their cultural beliefs, working together with our highly trained and culturally trained medical professionals will help reach these goals.
Highly trained and culturally competent.
Competent. Okay, sorry.
It's hard to do this.
Okay, one more time. Our healthcare center focuses on the needs of all ethnicities and cultures within our community. We strive to ensure the comfort of our patients during their visits are specialized to their cultural beliefs. Working together with our highly trained and culturally competent medical professionals will help reach these goals.
That sounds good.
Yep, I like that too.
I do too. I think it's really good.
Sorry about the dog.
That's all right. Okay, so we all agree on that one? That's great.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right, so let's see. The next item is a list of 7 to 10 principles of cultural competence the team agrees everyone on staff should know.
So I wrote down a few, but I wanted to leave room to incorporate pieces of whatever the vision statement was that we agreed on. So, is it okay to share the first one that I have?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Show empathy and compassion for patients and families.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Sure. Show empathy and compassion for patients and families.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
So would it, so empathy and compassion, those would be,
So I was kind of thinking of that as one cultural competence, show empathy and compassion for patients and
Okay.
families. But if you think we should break it into 2, then we could certainly do that.
I don't see why we couldn't break it into 2. I mean, unless you guys think different.
I think we could break it into 2.
So okay, so show empathy for patients and families. And then the next one was compassion.
Show compassion with our health care to patients.
Okay.
Or within our health care.
Or compassion towards patients. Compassion towards patients.
Need.
Concerns.
Okay. How about
that would work?
Compassionately approach each patient's individual needs.
There you go. All right. So can you say that? Can you say that one more time?
Yep. Compassionately approach each patient's individual needs.
Passionate approach.
Each
That sounds great.
Patients.
patient's individual needs.
Patients individual needs. Okay.
So when we look at the vision statement, cultural beliefs is one of the things that we're spiking out as part of the vision statement, right?
Right.
So what could be a cultural competence? Well, am I jumping ahead? Does anybody else have something?
With that, we could do something about education with the cultural beliefs. I know as a nurse that we had to learn a lot about different cultures in case we got patients that were specific to certain things. So we were highly educated on that. So I'm wondering if that would be one thing that we could use.
So that could also be an action for improvement, right? Because we also have to come up with great actions for improvement. So if one of the actions for improvement is to create training around cultural beliefs, and maybe one of the,
Yeah, that would work too.
on that same kind of thought there, I think, which is like where I think you were going, Hillary. If we could build
Yeah.
a competency around that training as well, so we kind of had it in both places. So something like complete continuous training. I'm not sure. Help me with the words.
Continuous cultural competence training. I don't know.
Complete. How about that? Complete continuous cultural competence training.
Complete
Continuous
cultural
competence training.
training. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So that's 3.
Does anybody else have a concept? Then we could just build around it. How about going back to the backgrounds or beliefs? What about something like, and I don't know if these words work, but just a thought, never assume individual backgrounds or beliefs?
That's a good one. Definitely.
Is there a better way to word that? Never assume individuals' backgrounds or beliefs?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. So never
Assume.
assume backgrounds or beliefs.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
How about something along the lines of like self-awareness? I mean, we just need to be fully aware of how we are treating these patients, regardless of their ethnicity or.
Yeah,
Does that fall? Do you think that falls underneath the compassionately approach each patient's individual needs, though?
it could be one aspect of it. It could also maybe mean like self-awareness in the way that you deliver your verbal and nonverbal presence.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some people, some cultures you can't make eye contact with, so that might fall under that too.
So maybe we have how about maybe something that's along the lines of communication?
Okay.
Aware of how we're communicating with them, both verbally and non-verbally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So Rhonda, you said self-awareness of,
Right. How we're communicating verbally and non-verbally. Now, if you guys don't like it, then, you won't hurt my feelings.
no, I think it sounds good.
Awareness of communicating. With self-awareness of communicating non-verbally and verbally. Okay.
Of how we're communicating. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How? Okay. Oh.
That's what I put in the vision statement.
All right, we're at about 5. We need at least 2 more.
So what are we trying to create? A trusting relationship, right? A trusting relationship between the provider and the patient. How could they build trust? I don't know if that's an avenue that we want to go down or not.
How about like maybe like an interpreter or something or there's like language lines for interpreters, something along that?
Kind of like a language barrier.
Right, you have to be able to talk to them and get them to know what you're saying in order to build that trust that Patty's talking about.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ensure language barriers are overcome.
I mean, a lot of places will have like a language line. Say if someone comes in that speaks Spanish and I don't speak Spanish, I can call an interpreter so I can speak to this person.
Yeah, I like that. Hillary, you said ensure language barriers are
Overcome.
what do we think about that?
Ensure language barrier.
That's what I was trying to say. She just
Or overcome language barriers.
Yeah, Rhonda, I think that's a really good point.
Thank you.
So we talked about to either ensure language barriers or overcome language barriers. What are our thoughts?
I kind of like the word ensure in there. It just makes it stand out a little more.
Anybody have a different thought, or are we all do that?
Yeah, I think that's so. And so, how is it? So, it's ensure language barriers
Are overcome.
are overcome, or ensure language barriers are overcome.
I guess if we want to add to it, we could say by using interpreters.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe something along the lines where we can tell someone that you don't have to worry about your language barrier. Someone's there to assist you, kind of like.
Ensure language come by providing interpreters or interpretation.
Right. I like that. By enlisting interpreters' assistance.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, can you say that again?
Ensure language barriers are overcome by enlisting interpreter assistance.
All right, that's good. I like that. Listening interpreter. Interpreter assistance. Okay. Ensure language barriers are overcome by enlisting interpreter assistance. Perfect. All right, that's 6. We need at least one more. I was thinking maybe something on the lines of something with knowledge. That all medical staff are trained, or adequately trained.
So the competence is the, sorry, that's an incomplete thought. Cultural competence, training, let's see.
Something to do with,
Our medical professionals are trained. I don't know if it's regularly.
Well, number 3 on that we have so far, if I'm reading here, it says complete continuous cultural competence training.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you can scratch that then.
No, it's okay. I mean, if we have another way to say it, I guess it's okay.
No, I like that number 2. I think that's good. I mean, that's not number 3. That kind of invokes our, the training for all the different kinds of cultures that could be coming into the office or facility.
So far we have empathy, compassionate, training, never assuming backgrounds or beliefs, self-awareness and communication, and language barriers. Is there anything else in the vision statement that we haven't touched on here?
Maybe something to do with the community.
Something along the lines that no one's turned away because of their culture or beliefs. For medical care.
Is that the tone of the vision statement? Is that what we're saying in the vision statement?
That's not really in there.
No.
What are we saying about the community in the vision statement?
I don't think we have anything in. I didn't actually write down the vision statement, so Hillary would have to.
Let me read it again.
Yeah, could you?
Sure. Our healthcare center focuses on the needs of all ethnicities and cultures within our community. We strive to ensure the comfort of our patients during their visits are specialized to their cultural beliefs, working together with our highly trained and culturally competent medical professionals will help reach these goals.
So community inclusiveness, I think, Gary, for a combination that that's talked about community. I think that does work here. I mean, what are your thoughts?
You kind of broke up towards the end. I couldn't really hear you.
Community inclusiveness, is that something that we want to include here?
I think we should include something that relates to community. I mean, that's just my thoughts.
Yeah.
I think so too.
How we want to word that, or how do we want to put that in there?
So it's kind of, these are kind of like directives towards the healthcare professionals in the healthcare center. So maybe that'll help with deciding how we want to word it.
How about something along the lines of our staff, lives amongst all these different communities. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We live where you live, or our staff is all diverse. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. Our staff is diverse too, so we live in the same neighborhoods or.
Put our I forgot, what are we writing? Is this for a medical facility or office, this statement?
Healthcare center.
Healthcare center.
So
We
it's
can
gonna
put
have
that,
staff and, you know, physicians, it's gonna be everybody there, right?
Right.
we can say our healthcare center is the beacon, is the something, the main community. I don't know how to word that. That's a tough one.
So what about
The community or
something like just rough thought here, but be a reflection of the community, of the inclusive community that we're serving.
yeah, our diverse staff is reflective of the community we're serving.
Or something along that we strive to have the community's 100% trust in our medical professionals or medical facility. Our community trust is our number one priority.
I like that. So when we're writing these so far, the tone or I guess the direction that we're writing these is that these are kind of posted on the way that I'm envisioning anyway, that they're all posted like in conference rooms or throughout the hospital as reminders to the healthcare professionals that these are the competencies that they should be displaying.
That's what I'm kind of getting at. I mean, it doesn't really say that, but it kind of feels like that's what it's supposed to be doing. It says that, the team agreed, and it says that 7 to 10 principles of cultural competence the team agrees everyone on staff should know.
So how about, so maybe the staff needs to be reminded that we are serving their neighbors. Something along that lines. Oh, yes.
Yes. I like that.
Or, yeah. Or we could just say, or we can put trust, community trust is our number one priority.
I like that.
Community trust is something we strive for every day.
I like that.
We have to get them in the door to keep them, I mean, everything we're writing here, you do have to have that trust. I don't trust my healthcare professional.
Or community trust is at the center of everything we do.
Oh, I like that.
I like that one too.
So community trust is at the center of everything we do. There we go.
That's 7. Woo.
We are on a roll.
All right, so we all agreed on that. And now we need to, let's see, item number 3. The top 3 sections the team recommends the center take to improve cultural competence and the team's reason for these choices. All right, so we need to decide on 3 of these 7.
It's 3 actions, right? So you have to build actions.
Top 3 actions the team recommends the center take to improve cultural competence and the team's reasons for
I
these
think
choices.
number 1 is we have to effectively train the staff.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Training.
So what if we built that around that continuous cultural competence training? But so our recommendation, it sounds like, would be to create a initial cultural competence training for all healthcare professionals, and then have ongoing refresher trainings.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
And because you can get trained once and then forget it if you don't keep it up. So
Like that.
So, create and implement cultural competence training for all healthcare staff and follow up with ongoing continuous training requirements. So tell me if this sounds okay. Create and implement cultural competence training for all healthcare staff and follow up with ongoing training requirements.
Sounds good.
That sounds good. I'm glad you wrote that down because I couldn't.
You know, we need like a whiteboard on here, right?
Yeah, no. All right, so that's one. So let's just say one is training. So we need
I think we need
two more.
to enlist the services of a translator or some sort of translation service that provides translation for not only Spanish, but any language that we may get.
That's a great idea.
So translating services, translation services.
Right.
So making available to all patients translation services.
So like
Yep.
research and implement translation services available to all healthcare staff.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh, you know what we didn't do with the first one? We didn't say why. Right, don't we have to do that?
Top 3 10 the team's reasons for the we have to talk about the reasons for these choices.
Well, the first one could probably be to maintain education up to date.
Yeah, I agree. Making sure the staff is up to date on all the newest, medical.
I think we touched on it a little bit when I said that, if you don't use it, you tend to forget about it. So that would be a why.
Yeah.
And of course, as far as the translator goes, I mean, you have to be able to communicate with your patients or you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to know what's wrong with them. They're going to be scared.
I think just from a safety perspective too, for the patients, making sure that they're getting the best care that's possible for them and that they're receiving it safely and understanding what their care is.
Yes. Yeah. If they don't know what they're supposed to do, you're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, or understand what kind of drugs they take, when they should take them, those sorts of things.
Yes.
All right, so we have one more.
How about introductions to the community? Healthcare professionals can go out into the community and make them aware of the services we offer and the people, the different diversities that we care to.
So, like a mission statement.
I guess, but kind of like people set up booths to introduce themselves, but kind of like we would go out into the community and kind of let them know who we are and what we do, and let them talk to us if they have questions. That'll help bring them in too.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too. Like, well, there's health fairs. We can go to that. I know this senior facility that I'm working for now was at a They call it stepping out, but it's like a big craft show. They set up a booth down there just to get their name out into the community.
Oh, so more like community involvement then.
Right. Yeah,
Is that what
So-
you were talking about, Hillary?
it is.
Okay.
So I guess an action item would be to make sure that all employees engage in some kind of community service, I guess,
Community outreach.
and community outreach.
Yeah.
Even if it's not all employees, just that as long as the healthcare center has some type of strategy, whether it's monthly or quarterly or whatever, to get the healthcare professionals out into the community. Is that what you were thinking, Hillary?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are the whys for that? So Hillary, you said to bring people in.
To bring people in, to get the community to know the staff, so that they can, that's a trust thing too.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think it builds more trust for the facility if you're more engaged in your community.
Rhonda, you said something earlier too about this. I didn't capture it. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Did you say Rhonda? I apologize.
Yeah. I thought you mentioned something else about this earlier that I didn't capture.
I'm not sure what.
Sorry.
Okay. Can we rewind?
Yeah, I think the why, yeah, definitely the why. I think it's just the trust factor with the community and getting people to trust the facility. All right, so I think we got our 3. Everyone agree?
Yes.
Agree.
Okay. All right, so let's see. The final work and the deliverable. I'm reading, this is from the goal. So the final work and the deliverable can be done and approved by the team after the meeting has ended. However, be sure to make all important team decisions during the video recorded meeting. If the team chooses to work on drafting and finalizing the deliverable text during the meeting, be sure to do so. Be sure to do this after all the major decisions have been made. The final document does not need to be long, but it should be well written and professional without grammatical or spelling errors. The team coordinator will submit this document in the video on behalf of the team. Okay, so who's been taking notes? All right, so Hillary has the vision statement, right?
I do.
Okay.
And I have written down the 7 competencies and the 3 actions. I'm happy to put together a draft of what I wrote and send it out to everybody for editing.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yes. Thank you.
Statement, or do you have that too?
I don't have that, but maybe you could include it in the email to the group as well, and then we.
Okay.
Gary, did we? I don't recall. I don't have the directions in front of me. Did we need whys for the 7 cultural competencies? I don't think so, but I just want to check.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
Do we need why we chose the 7 cultural competencies?
Oh, sure, let me go back. It says, it lists the 7 to 10 principles of cultural competence. The team agrees everyone on staff should know. No, they're not asking for the why, no.
Okay, great.
So let me just go through the deliverables that are on the goal. It says video recording of team meeting, which is recording right now. And then the team document includes final vision statement, which Hillary has, the principles of cultural competence, which are those 7, and the recommended actions.
Well, I will type up the notes that I have and send it out to the group. and you will not hurt my feelings. Edit away.
I've enjoyed
Okay.
working with you. I think we'd make a great team.
I do too.
So before do you want to set, I kind of said September 18th, I just kind of threw it out there because I know we've all had this on our calendar for a couple weeks now. Do you guys want to still leave it at that date to make sure that everything's done and we look at everything and give our input and everything looks good? I'll go ahead and submit it by the 18th or on the 18th. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, and if we get it done sooner, that's great. When
Yes,
does everybody,
absolutely.
yeah, does everybody think that within the next couple of days we'll be able to go in and read the first draft and make edits?
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
I'm
Okay.
able to.
I think that whatever program we are in, we should all decide to be a team together.
I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. The team approaches that they do for these, they're a pain in the butt sometimes trying to find people to get on your team.
Yeah.
I think there was only 2 open. I think I've gotten through both of. This is my second one, so I don't think I have any more.
I hope. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. This is my second one too, so hopefully this is it. My first one was okay. It was we had a lot of trouble trying to get the Google Hangout to work, but this one seemed to go a lot better for me.
Good. Good. Practice makes perfect.
Yep.
They're done.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to head up here if we're all done then, and we'll be in touch.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Have a great night, everybody.
You too.
All right. Nice talking to you guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
thanks, Gary.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thanks. Talk to you later.